Alrighty guys, so I'm back with another video. We got some stuff going on today. This is my daily driver. This is my 2013 Subaru Legacy. And I got a whole bunch of new parts for it. Pretty cool. We got some boxes. That's probably in the thumbnail of the video, so you guys already know what's in there. But yeah, so I'm going to be changing out a lot of the suspension on this car today. We're doing front and rear coilovers and then some control arms because my old ones are blown because this car has been around the block. Well, not really, but kind of. Anyways, I got some 2014 WRX wheels on there right now, which that's looking pretty nice. So once we get this car all nice and low and everything, it should look pretty sporty. So yeah, over here I did buy some new tools. Just bought a new jack stands, some other tools just to help me with this whole process. Now in here we have my coilovers, and then those are my super expensive springs all the way from Up Garage in Japan, which is super neat. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, so I've moved myself away from over there just because there's a bit of wind today, so if there's any wind noise, I'm sorry. But yeah, these are my coilovers. They've been sitting in the back of my car for like a month just because I've been waiting for a day or so that I didn't have to go to work, and that was nice out. So I have today and tomorrow off, which should be nice. So yeah, here these are the coilovers. These are rev9 Hyper Street 2s. I heard that these are pretty decent. A lot of people do get them. Obviously, I'm not going to be running them stock. So if in the future anyone asks me how rev9 coilovers are on Subarus, I won't be able to tell you because these aren't going to be stock. Have my springs and everything that I'm going to be putting on here. So I won't really know like the ride quality and stuff. You know, of the coilovers being stock. Obviously, I will still be using the struts, but that's pretty much about it. But yeah, these things are super nice. I like them a lot. I'm gonna take them out of the package, set everything up, show you guys the springs, and then we can go from there. All right, now these are super dope. These are the springs. These came all the way from Up Garage in Japan. I found these for a really good deal, and altogether with shipping, with the fastest shipping that you could get option for shipping these from Japan. And the springs, they were like $500 for everything, which that's an amazing deal, and I had to cop them. And the good spec. A lot of people are going to roast me about the spring rates just because they're a little bit stiffer than what people will usually get. This car is a big, heavy bitch, and I'm going to be going along with it. These springs will accommodate that, so I think they're going to be okay. But yeah, here they are. They are 326 springs. Dude, look at that. Like, that's beautiful. They are used, because brand new, they're like $1,500 for good spring rates and good spec and everything. So I bought them secondhand from Up Garage. But I can only imagine what dope-ass cars that these were on before being on my fucking Subaru. Alright, so here are the springs. So this is going to be for the front, and this ones are going to be for the rear. So I know a lot of you are probably going to be like, you know, why are they so small if they're going in the front? And a lot of you are probably thinking to yourself, I'm going to like bottom out on the strut. No, these front ones, even though they are smaller and everything, these are 32K. And these are 26. So 30Ks or 32Ks in the front are going to be more than enough for the car. So yeah, these are 5.5 inch and these are 6 inch. I would have liked to get some 32K 6 inches, but since they're used, I guess not really like the market, but like on Up Garage, on Kruber, they're kind of few and far between to find like really good spec ones, and this is the best that I could find on there, which was 32 and 26, and I'm not mad about it. Like, even though these are a little bit smaller and they're going in the front, that's like not gonna matter. I don't really care about it too much, but yeah, do check these out. These are sick, just so dope, and these will fit on my coilovers. I'll talk about the compatibility with the springs and the coilovers and everything in a second. Alrighty, so this is my rear coilover. So with the compatibility of the springs, actually here, let me go get one. All right, so we got the rear one here. Damn, yeah, those are gonna look nice. So I know you might think that these are a lot bigger. So let me see if there's any markings on it. There's not. But 326 springs, and actually, yeah, there are. So yeah, the ID on this is 63. It says ID 63 and then 26K. The ID on this is 62. So these will just swap right over perfectly. And as you can see, they're pretty much the same length. I mean, they're like a little bit shorter, maybe like an inch. But yeah, these will swap on perfectly and they'll be just super nice and everything. But as long as you have like relatively close IDs, rev9s all come with 62 IDs. So any 326 springs that you get, as long as they're 63, they'll just swap right on, no problems. I know like BC, I think BC has like 60 or 65 or some whack shit, I don't know, but I know like max speeding rods I think is either 60 or 62 as well. But just before, if you're gonna buy some springs, just look for, you know, IDs and stuff and spring length, and yeah, you should be good. But this will be the rear coilover setup for the car. So I will be getting all of this on, but first, before we touch any of this, we have to get the car jacked up. So I'm gonna go ahead, jack it up, put it on the brand new jack stands, take the wheels off, and then start getting the stock struts and front low control arms off, because I have brand new ones. My driver's side one, all of the bushings all ripped and everything, and it's making a really bad shake when I'm driving. So I'm going to be swapping those out on both sides. I figured I would just get both, just to do both of them instead of just doing one. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and jack up the car, and then we can move on to getting all the coilovers in. Alrighty, so I was able to jack up the car, put the car on my brand new jack stands, which are super nice. And I'm getting ready to take out the old shocks and put in the new coilovers and the new control arms. I will, obviously, before I put them all in, I will build them first, or put them together kind of, and then we can throw them in. But I just want to show you guys, my shocks were like super blown on this car, and this is a big heavy car, so it's really awful going over like any sort of pothole or bumps or anything, because the shocks are so blown in this car. But I'm glad now I'm getting around to doing this, because this is gonna help the car out tremendously. So yeah. Alrighty, so here's all the suspension. I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart and put the new springs on and everything, but I just think this is crazy. This is like over $1,000 in suspension. It's wild to me. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my tools and we can do this. All right, so to put the 326 springs on the front coilovers, I actually already did the rears. The rears are all set, although I have the front of the car jacked up, not the rear yet, so we're just working on the front for right now. The nut up top here, I think it's on there super fucking tight and doesn't want to come off, so I'm kind of just taking the spring out from the bottom portion, not the top. This does take a long time to do, but the nut on the top of it just isn't coming off for whatever reason. So I'm just unscrewing this bottom mount thing. If anyone has like a correct name for this piece, let me know. But for right now, we're just gonna call it the bottom mount. So yeah, these bottom mount portion that connects to like the spindle, screw that off, and then you can just screw the two perches off, and then you can just take out the whole coilover or the whole spring from the bottom. And there's a sneak peek of that little guy over there. I'll get to all the springs when I am done with them, but I'm gonna do this one. So don't mind my hairy ass legs, but I wanted to show this to you guys. These spring perches are actually really neat. They actually tighten up and with an Allen key and a little bolt there, so that when you have your spring wherever you want it, you can set this and then set the little Allen key bolt to clamp down on this end, and it'll be super tight and nice on there. I've never seen this on a coilover before, maybe because in the past I've just bought really shitty coilovers, but I've never seen this and I think this is super cool. So I don't know, I just want to point that out. All right, we're almost there. Just a couple more spins. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's off. All right, so as of now, we can take our 326 spring, drop that on there like so. Make sure it's on there. Yeah, perfect. And we can just put the rest of the perches on and then the bottom mount thing, and we'll be good to go. All right, so after a long time, the front coilovers are finally all done. So they aren't adjusted to where I actually want them, but they do have the camber plates maxed out as of right now, which is super nice. Hopefully that'll give me like -5 or so. But those are the fronts, and then I actually did the rear a little bit ago, so we can take a look at these as well. Alrighty, so we're all set with the coilovers. We got them all put together. Obviously, the rears aren't adjusted and the fronts aren't either. But the cool thing about this coilover type of setup with like the adjustable top hats and this style of mount down here, compared to like a Civic, is that these bottom port pieces you can like adjust it as far up as you want, and you don't have to have slop in your spring. If you want to go lower, you can just adjust the bottom portion up as far as you want and lock it down with the locking perch, which is super nice because obviously you don't really want to have the spring slop and have, you know, the strut not compressed fully and everything. So this type of strut here with this bottom mount piece definitely helps with that. But yeah, those are the coilovers all set up. I'm super excited about these. Now I'm gonna finally go take everything off of the front, the lower control arms, the struts, and then we can throw these bad boys in. So I figured I'd update you guys as I go. Coilovers obviously all set. They're nice, they're pretty, I love them. We have the spindle detached from the stock strut. It's kind of whack though, because I don't want it to like pull on the axle too much. But it's only being held on by the lower control arm right now. And I guess like the tie rod and shit too, but like, I don't know, just kind of weird. But I also have to take off the lower control arm, so then at that point the only thing holding the spindle in would be the axle. So I'm probably just going to put in the coilovers before I take off the lower control arms to change them out, just because I know those are going to be a bitch and I need something else to hold the spindle up besides the axle. So that's how we're probably going to do it. But once I get the stock strut out, then I will update you guys again. Alrighty, so we did it. Got the old stock strut out. Here it is. This strut is super blown. I'm pretty sure it's compressed all the way down right now. Well, actually it may not be, but it's all blown and everything. As you can see, it's all wet and dirty and shit. So old strut is out, new one is going in. Let's get it. All right, so check this out. Oh my god, Damn, dude. It's so crazy to see this car low because this has been my daily driver for probably like a year and a half. And ever since the day I got it, I've wanted to slam this car. Like I've wanted to do this for so fucking long. And the fact that like just like the 326 springs and everything, dude, it's so sick seeing this thing come together. This shit is maxed out. I will be getting new top hats for this. I actually wanted to wait to put these in because of the top hats. I wanted to, you know, get everything at once and just throw it in. But I think for a little while I'm probably not going to run a lot of camber. But I mean, damn, okay. I mean, dude, this is so cool. I've been waiting for this for such a long time. But yeah, I mean, this side is pretty much in. Still got to bolt it up to the spindle and like adjust the height and, you know, see where I really like it. But I mean, dude, that's in. Damn, dude, this is so sick. I'm loving it. Alrighty, so I know it's been a minute in the video. Kind of had a tough time with the rears. All the coilovers in, took it for a test drive. Ride's actually pretty good for 32 and 26K. As of right now, I'm adjusting the camber plates. I don't think I tightened that one all the way, and as I was fucking driving, they came undone and it was like shifting back and forth. So I'm trying to just get them both equal and to where they'll both be good on either side. This wheel had a lot of positive camber into it, and all the other wheels had a bit of negative, so I'm trying to make everything a bit equal. But yeah, I mean, I'll put in some more pictures and some more clips of you know, the height. It's obviously jacked up right now, but I mean, that rear height is pretty much the rear, but the front is jacked up right now. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent for now. Definitely gonna lower the front more, but I'm actually currently moving. This is my girlfriend's house, but I am actually currently in the middle of moving, so gonna get it all dialed in and everything when I'm at the new place. So yeah, but for now, this is probably the height that I'm gonna stick with. And these are stock 17s, so I mean, I don't really know how much lower I'm gonna get on some fucking 17s, but I mean, I guess this is pretty decent. We're tucking tire a little bit, so I mean, that's pretty good, huh? So yeah, I'm gonna work with this side. This side front is actually a bit higher than the driver's side, so I'm gonna lower this one a little bit more and then see how they sit, because I want them to be equal. Alrighty, well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's it for the coilovers today. They ride pretty decent. I mean, I like it. It might be a little bit too bumpy for some people, but I think for this application and me, I think that it's pretty good. You know, they're not crazy stiff. It actually like drives pretty fucking smooth. But yeah, I mean, I know that I didn't show too much of me actually putting the coilovers in. It just like the sway bar end links in the front were kind of finicky, because if you did one side, then the other side would kind of like bind, because they had two different, you know, suspension types going on, I guess. And it was just kind of super whack with the whole binding of the sway bar end links there. But rear was pretty easy, except passenger side in the rear was kind of a bitch. I had to like cut the top of the old strut a little bit just to like get it out, and I don't know, it was a little tough, but not too bad. But that's just kind of why I didn't show too much of it. But yeah, I think the rear is sitting pretty good. Again, these are on stock 17 WRX wheels. I won't have these on here forever, and that's why it's kind of looking not like super low with the fitment wise, just because it's stock wheels. So yeah, but I mean, Rear fitment, it's almost tucking tire, and it's pretty low. So I think the rear, how this is set up, I want it to stay that height. The front definitely could go a bit lower, but I'll fuck with that later on. Like I said, I am moving, so once I get into my new place and I'm kosher with everything, I don't have to be driving around back and forth to get fucking shit from the other house, then you know, I'll really dial everything in better. And I still do need an alignment. I might go get an alignment tomorrow, because like this shit is whack without an alignment. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that for the Legacy for today. But if you guys have enjoyed this video and like how the Legacy is coming along, let me know, because I'll probably be making more videos on this thing, because now it's my only car. So yeah.